Hello community, I hope you are doing good. In this discussion we will see the basic CLI commands. I will show you 5 different useful commands, alright? And in case you missed previous discussion about search_fetch method, please check, link is given in the description. And if you want to learn more about Odoo, you can visit the Weblands channel. Under the home screen you can see Odoo 17 and 18 development tutorial, and right now we are working on this playlist. By the way, if you are a beginner and want to learn from the beginning, you can visit this playlist because this is the main playlist and those are the topic wise sub playlist available. Alright, so all the ORM related methods we already finished, right? And now we are jumping to the again CLI part, because CLI part is very important. If you don't know major CLI commands, then might be there is a chance you will stuck in some real cases. Alright, so let's say first thing is we are trying to do all the operations in the terminal. Okay, we are not using the PyCharm at all. So here first thing is we have to activate the virtual environment. So for that, like let's say env bin activate, right? So now you can see right now I'm in the Odoo virtual environment, and simple I will use here Odoo dask bin. For example, right now you know, okay, this is the Odoo 18 version, because you can see the folder itself, it says 18, right? But what about if you don't know the specific version name? So in that case you have to use Python Odoo dask bin, then after dask, and then after version. And now you can see Odoo server 18.0. So this is the first CLI command, right? If you want to know more about the specific version of the Odoo, then you can execute this command and it will give you that specific version name. Okay, second command is very useful, right, because it will show you all the CLI commands with the detail. So for that we have to use here dask bin help. So spelling mistake, right? And now you can see here, let's understand this help command. So once you execute this help command, right, dask help, so it will give you here how many supported CLI commands available. So here it's options, right? The first command we already used, the version. You can see here it's also provide the description. Then after here you can see the shortcut. There is a two ways you can define, and the first one is the shortcut way, or it's a full name. Okay, and here you can see what is the purpose of this command. Then after there is a common options available, right? I think in a daily basis you want to use the specific commands. Here you can see those are the list. Don't worry, we will cover in our upcoming sessions. So -c we already used, -s we already used, right? Then after those are we didn't use yet, yeah, but this one we used. So then after you can see the HTTP service related configuration CLI commands, the web interface related, you can see here the command testing related configuration is also available here. The logging configuration, right, the SMTP configuration specifically for the mail, right, incoming or outgoing. For the database related you can see here. Then after the internationalization options, right, you can see here the security related, you can also see here the advanced options, you can see here. In our upcoming sessions we will also cover some advanced options, and which is very important. Then after multiprocessing options also here, right? So this is very also important. So yeah, so like this way you can directly use the dask help command to get the list of CLI commands, right? So you can see here we used here dask help, right? In case you don't want to use directly, you can use -h and you will get the same result. All right, then after we can see the -c, or let's say dask config, right, like this. So let's say I already have one config file, you can see here the weblands.config. If you remember guys, while we set up Odoo 18 in Ubuntu system, we already generated one configuration file. So this is the same configuration file. If you see here weblands, you will get all this default CLI command plus the default values. Okay, so let's say if you want to use configuration file, so we have to use -c, then after that configuration file name. So what it does is the Odoo is using the by default that configuration file, and you can see here right? But in case if you don't want to use this configuration file, right, now you can see here you can't see that specific configuration file here. Okay, so what happen is, let's assume we are using our own configuration file, so we can use here config or and then after the weblunch.config like this. Okay, and now you can see here we are using this weblunch config file. Let's say then after space or dash dash config, right? So this is the config file. Then after the s, what the s is, it's for the save or like this. Okay, so let's say I am doing one more thing is, so let's say s, let's see here, get weblunch dot here. You can see the max DB connection is 64, right, by default. Now what I will do is like Python Odoo desk bin s, so desk db underscore max con, then after space 70, then after the we have to first mention also our weblunch.config file, right, and then after let me enter, and now you can see it's automatically load this file, this service. Let me disconnect it and let me see one more time weblunch config, and now you can see it will automatically display the 70 instead of the 64, right? Now there is a one more thing. So this is our command, right, last we added. So let's say if you want to save something, right, in the configuration file, so there is a one more command which we need to use. So that is the stop after init. So what it does is, once the service successfully activated, right, after it will automatically save this default commands whatsoever we are passing here, and after it will automatically discard the Odoo service. You can see here, see, it's automatically discarded the server. So we don't need to again use the control C to stop the service. It will automatically stop the Odoo service. So that is the main purpose of the -s for the save the data whatsoever we provide here, plus this one is only for once the successfully start the service, it will automatically discard again one more time. So this is the main purpose of this method. So in today we learn about 5 different types of CLI commands. The first one is the desk version, -h for the help, -c for the configuration file, -s for the save, and stop after init, right? If you have any doubt, please comment below and see you in our next session.